Man, it's a bitch. They'll tell you it's a bitch. Then they gonna come in. That's really, you really got the skill if you built for that. That's a grind and hustle. You talking about now? Do what you gotta do and really get. That's how we gonna do it.
Ain't no palm trees on my block, ain't no palm trees in my city, ain't no silver spoon in my face, only silver spoon in that kitty. 3 bed, 1 bath, 9 niggas we living. I say fuck that, jumped up like yeah, nigga, let's get it. Dear Lord, forgive me. Try to live life without sinning. Try to live life like I dream. A little more Xmas over Thanksgiving, a little more sex and over commitment. Way more breakfast stacked in my kitchen. Way less controversy, more business. Way less empty stomachs, more shitting. A little bad blood with my dad. Find this little knot, took 100 out the stash. Fuck, tryna be the freshest in my class. Grab a little ass, put a little something in the pad. Thought I had a little bit of something I could brag. Feeling all good till I met her with my dad. Only 13, getting caught up by the cash. Now it's get it up, forget it. You ain't even gotta ask. I be riding in that all blue, that's Josh truck. My homie pros got locked up. I talked to bro before he made bond. He said his latest bitch done got knocked up. Top of that, nigga Rendu. I ain't got time to be stopped up. Spilt milk, ain't shit but sweet, and we don't get no sleep until it's mocked up. It's like, yeah.
That money so tall, little nigga don't feel it. Yeah. And me, I just ball, young nigga gon' kill it. Yeah. Get your ball, no ceiling.
What's good, Detroit? It's your man B Scar checking in for the Detroit Rap Underground Hip Hop Awards. Coming to you guys tonight to pretty much to share a few words in regards to the award show. I'm receiving a lot of comments from a lot of people trying to get an understanding of how we put together the ballots, and specifically want to know how the nominations was created, why do we have the write-in option, you know, and just kind of clearing up a lot of what's been going on with the ballot and the award show and bring clarity. So for number one, before I get into it, I want to first and foremost shout out Uncle P. I want to shout out Jayla Parks. I want to shout out Shannon DeVries, aka 6'2", and the whole team that's supporting it and coming together to build this monumental event. Salute to DJ BJ for being the host. Salute to everybody in terms of all the tastemakers and influencers that was a part of the building of the nominations. You know, we sent out over 20 to 25, almost 30 plus nominee ballots out to all the influencers and tastemakers from around the city, from studio owners to retail outlets, you know, like your collectives, your mix factories, your press play entertainments, your Hot 107.5 crew, and just everybody who got a handle on the market and know what's going on, know who's doing what, when, where, how consistent cats been in terms of their sales history, their commercial history, and the whole 9 yards. So in terms of the award show, I know one of the biggest things is about the nominees that's on the ballot. First and foremost, as I stated, you know, we reached out to tastemakers and influencers to help build this list. So it wouldn't just be an opinion based on my personal opinion, Uncle P's personal opinion, and whoever else that may be a core part of the team in terms of putting this together. So that's the number one thing that we did. We reached out and we asked everybody that we knew that potentially were a gatekeeper and were a part of, you know, the upper echelons of the city as far as breaking opportunities and broker opportunities for all different types of entities and artists. That's number one. Number two, once we got that information back, we basically built a summary of nominees for each category off of those requests and or quote-unquote nominee ballots from across the city. And then that's how we was able to fill the categories for each category that we have. Now, once we did that, we then put that information out on the Balloteer website and made it available for the public to vote. And then in being fair, just considering people that the quote tastemakers and influencers may not have known, we then added a write-in category. So if anybody, you as a consumer, you as an artist, you as a producer, you as a videographer, whatever, felt that you were overlooked and nobody acknowledged your grind and what you did, you can then write yourself in that category and also have other people write you in And if you consistently get those write-in votes, it would actually build up to where you can actually have your name officially on the ballot. So for us, that was the fairest way possible so that it would be as genuine and unbiased as possible. So there's no homeboy card just because somebody know Uncle P, just because somebody know me and know anybody else on the team. There's no, well, let me throw you this quick $1,500, $1,000, put me on the ballot. It's none of that. It was a group team effort that took the span of almost a month and a half to build these nominees for the categories that we have. And if you actually pay attention to the ballot, some categories have more nominees than others because it was just that many people who, the people that we asked in terms of tastemakers and influencers, felt that they were deserving of that nomination. If you look at the actual verbiage that's on the ballot website at the very top, we state clearly that we're trying to champion, salute, commend, and salute everybody that's done something within the calendar year of 2014 and maybe at the close of 2013 that kind of rolled over into 2014 in terms of their campaign. We got over almost 800,000 people in the city of Detroit, and if you take 10 to 15% of that, that may be roughly anywhere from 8 to almost 80,000 people roughly that could potentially be a part of our artist community. There's no way impossible we're going to be able to include almost 8 to 80,000 worth of videographers, rappers, and anybody who had a dream to do this music stuff on the ballot. It's just not going to happen. I saw a video earlier, shout out to JP1. Just so you know, bro, been supporting you for day one. You dig what I'm saying? I know this is one of your earlier projects. Been supporting you from day one. But real quick, he put out a video expressing his opinions. You know, he's stated how he wasn't nominated for Best Lyricist and how he felt he should have been nominated for that in other categories. But at the same time, I feel like he got the concept of, you know, it's about paying an homage. We're not necessarily going to get every nomination right for each individual to feel like what they deserve. I understand that at the end of the day, people want to feel a part of something. You want your acknowledgement. If you get up and out of 24 hours, you put 12 hours worth of work into your craft and what you do, or you might have put 16 hours, or you might have did 25, 8 sometimes as the people locally refer to in terms of spending a full workload and working in your craft, we get it. And that's what the nominee represents. The nominee represents is our salute, our certification of your grind, what you've done over the calendar year 2014. That's what that nominee ballot means. If you're a nominee for a category, it means hands down in terms of from the top to the bottom, from your top people. You know, people may disagree, but if you look at Trick as a gatekeeper, if you look at Floss a Lot as a gatekeeper, if you look at some of the A&Rs that's here from Atlantic Records, Def Jam, and those people that had ties to this event, if you look at those people as like top gatekeepers and tastemakers, it's about being on their radar, it's about being on the radio radar, it's about being on some of these major showcases. Like, who is opening up for YG when he comes to town? Who's opening up for Young Jeezy when he comes to town? Who's doing the after party performances? Who's performing at some of the strip clubs when they come to town and they spinning bands at the strip club? Those are like marquee platforms and marquee events. Who's consistently been putting on multiple events to actually break talent? You know, shout out to my man Dogface. Me and that brother came in the game at the same time. I remember when he was hosting open mics and managing Club Status. You know what I'm saying? That was a platform that he consistently ran for almost 90 to 180 days, damn near a whole year, just to break other artists and get them opportunities to be heard. I remember when Miss Murder was doing that, back when her and Big Gov used to do the open mics at Halftime Sports Bar. They used to be on Finkel and Greenfield. Consistent platforms like that. You know, what about the internet radio world? How many of you actually went out and supported some of these internet radios like Street Hop Radio, Worldwide Court, 7 Mile, you know, Tap Detroit, Urban Nation, and the list goes on and on. Like, these platforms that are there for people who can't get access to commercial radio. Have you made your interview campaign on some of these radio stations to promote what you're doing? Do you go out and support, you know, other people's events if you ain't necessarily performing on the ballot? You know, Uncle P alone, in terms of the Rhythm and Bars platform for producers and MCs to come spit verses. If you want to talk about the core of hip hop, the essence of hip hop, this ain't even based on you having a single to perform. This is you getting up there playing your dopest beats. This you getting up there spitting your hottest 16 It's the essence, the foundation of what we call this hip hop stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna get into, you know, DJing, b-boying, break dancing, tagging and graffiti, and truly what being an MC means, and truly what being a lyricist means. We're not even gonna get into that science on an educational level about that, but that's a platform that I know of in terms of what Uncle P, Detroit Boudin, Jigsaw put together in terms of that rhythm and bars that bring something to the culture. And then the old producer beat battles and the producers potluck rounds they do at the clinic in the original hip hop shop. Or what about some of the events they do at 5E Gallery and supporting hip hop? You know, it's a lot of different things that's going on in the city, but it's like everybody working in silos. And there's no disrespect to anybody grind or whatever anybody may be a part of and what they're trying to do. But it's kind of hard to be able to spread a light and shine that light on everything that everybody's doing, because there's so many silos. There's not too many people that's legitimately working together and then doing what they can to market that to the masses so people know about it. You may be doing something out in Pontiac, you may be doing something out in Inktown, you may be doing something down in Southwest Detroit, but if you're not making those certain runs through the downtown area, if you're not hitting some of these other platforms that I've named already, it's kind of hard for people to notice you and know what you're doing. But for that person that maybe hasn't touched those platforms, to the person that's maybe in the middle that's done some of those things or haven't done some of those things, to the person who's done everything, to your Icewear Vezos, your Doughboy Cash Out, or your Bodie James or your Dusty McFlys that sign. All the above and in between, we're trying to do our best to acknowledge, pay homage to, support, and salute for what they're doing. And like I said, for every nominee, if you're a nominee for a category, that simply means that we at Detroit Rap, we as the city in terms of everybody that's involved on the award and nominations committee, which will be announced in the near future, everybody that's involved in any shape, form, or fashion with this event, we feel that that person is deserving of that recognition. And that's just on the nominee level, the cause of the event. And the cause of the event is to bring something back to the city where people look forward to having something again. Like, my question to everybody who watching this video, when you saw the ballot initially, when you first heard about what we were trying to do with the award show, did you, in your mind, at any point think about, when is the last time me as an individual did something outside of my own campaign, outside of my own cause? When have I, as an individual, done something for my city or for people that's in my 6 degrees to truly benefit off of idea, off of sweat equity in terms of you working, off of financial, to support something outside of yourself? That's my question for everybody that's made whatever opinion, good, bad, or indifferent, that's made whatever comment, good, bad, or indifferent. That's my number one question to everybody who's watching this video. What have you done to make a contribution outside of yourself or impact to help somebody else along their path and being successful in our music community in the city? Now, once you answer that question, then look at what we're trying to do. When you look at our ticket prices, we charging $10 for an advance ticket. We're charging $15 for the door the day of. Most award shows and major events may be charging you $20 for the first round, $25 to $30 for the second round, and damn near $50 for a VIP all access pass. So some money's gonna be made, but we're not making money like that. We're actually getting out and giving awards. Like, cats gonna walk home with plaques. We ain't giving you no kindergarten grade certificate. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you actually gonna have something that's gonna bear your name and bear the category that you won in. That's an investment that we're making. We actually got media outlets, from internet, radio and TV outlets, to commercial radio, to news outlets, blogs. We're gonna have all different types of people there just for you guys to network for free. The only thing that you're paying for is your admission, entry into the event. But once you get inside of that building, you're going to have this whole conglomerate of people from every aspect of our music community, whether it's a retail owner, a studio owner, a producer, a photographer, a videographer, an artist, a manager, a promoter. It's a one-stop shop to build your brand and your idea. Like, just think about that for a minute. Let's step outside of whether or not you got nominated. Let's step outside of whether or not you're going to win an award. Let's just talk about the event itself and how many people is going to be housed in one area at one specific time for not only you, anybody else that you know to have an opportunity to bridge those gaps with those people that you may or may not have the opportunity or access to. Because see, with this music game, just in my short period that I've been in, it's about accessibility. And that's a core principle that a lot of people don't really hint too much. You can have the talent, you can have the money, you can have some business know-how, but if you don't have accessibility to opportunities, you can't get nowhere. And a lot of times to get that accessibility to opportunities, you gotta have accessible relationships. And you don't get a relationship without meeting people, exchanging information, and building those things. And even once you develop that relationship, it don't become a network until you're able to consistently get work out that pipeline. And so just by the mere fact that we're having this event and we're trying to corral all these people together around this event, that's going to be a one-stop shop for maximum supreme networking. And far as I know, because like I said, I'm new, only 4 years in the game. Far as I know, the last time something like this was done, Big Proof was alive. Jay Dilla was still alive. So why has it been so long, Detroit? Evidently, it's not easy to do. Evidently, the people who were in position, I had the power to do it, didn't necessarily, quote, maybe feel it was important to do, or maybe wanted to do it, didn't have the right team, or maybe didn't feel like the timing was right. Who knows the reason? But it's been over a decade, maybe even more, since the last time something like this happened. So like I said, for us, it ain't about the money. It ain't about the nominees. It ain't about the ballot. It ain't even about giving away the awards. It's just a chance to be able to bring our music community together where it ain't no flaw. It ain't no corny stuff. It ain't none of that. Like a lot of stuff that people saying on the social media, man, that shit corny, fam. That shit real corny. And all we trying to do is help. We ain't trying to stand in nobody's way. We ain't trying to block nobody's shine. We just trying to help. We just trying to create something in terms of how my hands is. We just trying to create something for you to stand on. That's all we trying to do. And once you stand on that, you can see over whatever mountaintops that you couldn't see over in the past. We just want to be that bridge. That's all we want to do. So again, as we move forward in the weeks to come, as the ballots continue to come in, as the votes continue to pile up, think about where you stand in a part of this history. Are you going to be the person or the group of people that people look at and say, you know what? Them cats, they weren't trying to help. All they was trying to do was tear it down. Or do you want to be the entity or the group of people or the individual to be like, you know what? When bro came through, bro made an impact. Bro took one for the team. That's all we're trying to do with this award show. So for all of y'all that's out there blowing up Uncle Pete inbox, his phone with text messages and phone calls, it's one thing to have an opinion. It's another thing to try to place your opinion on somebody else and place your opinion on the world. We respect everybody's opinion. But it's a way that you can share that opinion. It's a way that you can communicate that without being negative, without being controversial, and just simply having dialogue. But like I say, before you have that dialogue, before you get that opinion, just ask yourself, have you done anything to help contribute to a cause outside of yourself? Because that's all we're trying to do is contribute to everybody's cause. Be a part of what everybody's doing and help them along further down their path that maybe they already are and need to go. That's all we're trying to do. So if you haven't voted, if you haven't got a part of this history, please visit DetroitRap.com, hashtag Underground Hip Hop Awards. Once you vote and support on your ballot, make sure you use the hashtag DUHHA for the Underground Hip Hop Awards on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Repost pictures of people voting for you. Repost pictures of whatever graphics you may create for your campaign. We want to see that support, man. So stop taking your frustrations and anger out because you didn't